free Juice WRLD skin is now available days early before the finale event actually occurs, leading into Chapter 6 as a huge concert. And despite us showing the skin off early and how everybody can get it on their account right now, everybody needs to know about not only the huge Chapter 6 intel that just dropped, but even the mind-blowing OG stuff pouring out for the permanent mode. Stop, don't forget I'm an official Epic partner, so before you pick anything up from the shop, make sure to enter code FM1 inside there, being one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, only 3 digits long. It would mean the world to me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug. After all, we got a giant cutout to show our appreciation to you guys rocking the code. Last video I wanted to know the name of this, so here's a bunch of hearted comments on screen right now that got that right. Today, however, I want to know the name of this, so let me know down below in the comments, and if it gets hearted, it could be showed on screen in the next video, so make sure you subscribe now with all those noties on, because after all, we try and give different subscribers every single day too, with proof for that on screen recently right now. Just before we show off the free Juice WRLD skin for the very first time and how everyone can get it literally right now, it's safe to say Chapter 2 Remix has been going by incredibly fast. That's because, just like OG last year, it's a month-long season. With that said, week 4 has just gone live with the 32.11 downtime update hotfix, which is smaller than the rest, hence the .11. And with this, adding Kit at Catty Corner back from Chapter 2 Season 3 introduced with the charged shotgun and mythic grenade shockwave launcher. Add this new introduced Juice WRLD POI, where the giant version of him on the outskirts of the island is pushing waves toward it, which has been revamped in all of these different vibrant colours. We sadly don't have a Juice WRLD boss, but the exotic Juice WRLD jug cannon has been added to the loot pool and can be obtained from all traditional forms of looting, whether it be just on the ground normally, chests, llamas, or even supply drops. As shown at the end of the Chapter 2 Remix trailer, this Legends Never Die outfit kind of recreation of Juice WRLD from the album cover, this is the version that's on the outside of the island right now in Galactus size form. I know many of you will have already remembered that, but what many people don't know is this has 3 stages Juice WRLD that he's going to be going through. The first one we've already seen, which started out in the release of 32.11. The version we've just transitioned into now being the second stage, where he's holding kind of his hand over his heart and glowing is starting to emit from the fingers. And then finally for stage 3, the data miners have pulled into game early that currently isn't available for all players to see when dropping down on the island. He seems to have got whatever energy that's also in his eyes pulled out of his chest that we saw glowing through the fingertips and is holding it, which obviously is more noticeable now, which many people are speculating is the 0 point. We briefly mentioned Galactus in comparison to the size of Juice WRLD on the outside of the island right now, which obviously is here to perform a concert once November 30th arrives at 2 PM ET, which we can see from the timer not only in lobby but also at the dog pound, and also advertised across the entire island across these finale posters. Galactus, when visiting the island, obviously knew where the 0 point was, as he was yearning for its energy to completely devour it and become even stronger. Initially this was underneath the agency, which allowed the Doomsday device to be completely powered, as Midas knew of all of this back then but didn't make it obvious to the rest of the island or even us as players during that time of the event. And despite the Chapter 2 Remix finale event, whatever you want to call it, being a huge concert involving all of the 4 artists now introduced, being Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Ice Spice and Juice WRLD, which a bunch of teasers and assets have been released across social media also, in case it wasn't blatantly obvious when this is going down in-game, again at November 30th 2 PM Eastern Time. With these remix seasons releasing, as we know from Fortnite OG, having an event to end that off, it obviously was different from the original end event, transitioning us into Chapter 2 in the first place, with a time machine strapped to the rocket instead of just the rocket launching, then allowing us because of this to go through the Big Bang and transition into the Chapter 6 dimension through this multiverse that we've been introduced to through all of the new modes. The reason I've mentioned that is because the same thing can be said right now for this Chapter 2 Remix event, as the 0 point, with it being a remix season, isn't underneath the agency supposedly, and this in Juice WRLD's hand many people believe but isn't 100% confirmed right now to be the 0 point itself, with the aura and kind of light beams coming off it being very similar to the one the 0 point has emitted in the past. And with Epic Games taking a page out of their book from last year, of course integrating both concert and storyline together, but now actually innovating even more to make the concert bigger, actually occurring on the island instead of a separate scene that we obviously teleported to, like for the Eminem concert in the Big Bang. With data miners concluding that this is going to be even bigger than the previous 2 concerts we've seen, referencing both Travis Scott Astronomical and Ariana Grande's Rift Tour, we now know that they weren't lying, as of course all of these artists, not even just Juice WRLD, will be at their separate unique POIs that are inspired by them around the entire island performing songs. Juice WRLD is a good indicator of the size of these characters that are going to be actually walking around the Fortnite island, kind of like Travis Scott did in the original Chapter 2 Season 2, but thanks to this user called Doggy Style over on Instagram, Snoop Dogg's friend, he's actually been commissioned by Epic Games to do the movement, as you can see right here, which obviously corresponds with his body moving to the giant Snoop Dogg character, or specifically, you guessed it, at least we know of anyways, this Snoop Dogg giant character in concert in the Chapter 2 Remix finale. Again, even though it's going to be mainly a concert, hopefully it introduces us to some parts of Chapter 6, which we already have a look at potentially right now surrounding Juice WRLD, being the configuration of the clouds overall in the sky, or just in simpler terms, the Chapter 6 sky in general. If you haven't noticed, the sky between different chapters never looks the same. This is because Epic Games obviously innovate through different versions of Unreal Engine, making it more realistic. Without getting off track though, in terms of the free Juice WRLD skin, in the initial Chapter 2 Remix article, it was going to be a very slim time slot to get the Slayer Juice WRLD cel-shaded outfit being the free version. As you can see, the two dates to lock in between were literally the live event date, or just after the live event happened, or during the live event itself, and December 1st being the launch of Chapter 6. With the release of the 32.11 update, however, despite the item shop version of Juice WRLD obviously getting revealed from the files already, which has a selectable style also being a very vibrant neon looking revamp to his Legends Never Die kind of leather jacket and overall outfit. This bundle will be releasing throughout the item shop on November 27th and will cost 2,600 V-Bucks. As it was previously speculated, it'd be 2,200. Don't forget I'm an Epic partner, so in time for this rolling around, enter code FM1 inside the shop now. Literally one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter. After all, who else is doing it like me and Charlie the Charcoal Pug with a giant cutout of our supporter creator code to simply show our love back to you guys rocking it in the hashtag FM1 squad. Upon receiving that version of the Juice WRLD skin and all the other things in the bundle, this is exactly what it'll look like on reward screen right now. What I thought was a nice touch was his emote, which obviously was taken from him dancing to Lucid Dreams at one of his concerts that he performed, which were some very unique and wacky dance moves. Definitely fits the overall careless vibe and artistic flair of Juice WRLD though, and with that said, as data miners before the 32.11 update were able to determine that the cel-shaded Slayer Juice WRLD outfit would be this one from the Righteous music video, which then got revealed this entirely free bundle. Yes, all of the cosmetics on screen right now you'll get for free, which are available now when you're watching this video and early November 25th when I'm posting, as Fortnite actually updated when this would be available instead of just being available between November 30th and December 1st to what they stated on November 21st in this post. Log into Fortnite starting November 25th at 9 AM ET through November 30th and earn the Slayer Juice WRLD outfit. Oh, and the 999 Knives pickaxe, bat bling, plus the Juice WRLD's loading screen. I'm actually recording a little bit early before this skin is released, but this is what all versions of Juice WRLD look like right now in Locker when you actually have the Juice WRLD skins on your account and you can choose to select them to wear in-game. And speaking of in-game, early gameplay of the Slayer Juice WRLD outfit being used, you know, this free one that I've been going on about from the Righteous music video that we're able to get literally right now. I honestly believe this will be the most popular free skin of all time due to how hyped Juice WRLD seems to be right now. And speaking of hype, despite us transitioning the next day after the concert into Chapter 6, which a bunch of leaks have poured out about, data miners have been able to solidly confirm that Chapter 6 Season 1 is now ready for release, meaning the update itself, so there's no delays. It's dropping December 1st and OG on December 6th. Japan themed plus Godzilla collab confirmed, katanas, Oni masks, new mechanics and more. Despite a Godzilla collab and all those other features being absolutely crazy that have individually poured out that he summarized in that post right there, the crazier thing in my opinion is what's happening December 6th with the release of OG, going back to Chapter 1 Season 1 in the first start of this permanent mode, rotating throughout all of the Chapter 1 seasons monthly up to Season X. Not only has it been determined in a recent post from Fortnite that there would be a battle pass for this separate mode, so OG passes every single month, and the Fortnite crew, despite not changing price, will grant us all passes across Fortnite now, not just for Battle Royale of course that we've been used to, but the Festival Pass, or Music Pass as they're calling it, then also the Lego Pass and OG passes. Talking about OG more specifically, however, we knew this would go down a treat with the community just due to how popular it was last year, returning for only a month, so this sense of urgency for limited time forced everybody to go back in this month and make the most of it. Chapter 2 Remix didn't have even near a similar effect in terms of the reach it had, and we know that because of the 49 million impressions that the post announcing OG will be returning as this new mode December 6th. Honestly, this is going to take Fortnite to new heights it's never seen in terms of concurrent players overall, or just the popularity in general, as another post for Fortnite OG, or basically announcing something that we once loved. As you can see, November 22nd, Fortnite OG Chapter 1 Season 1 presents the return of the double pump. coming December 6th, with 27 million impressions also just announcing the return of something in a prior loophole. The image itself also confirms that we're going to be seeing the old version of the pump, not the Chapter 2 version or the newer version that's been released of the pump shotgun since. And although the official Fortnite social media hasn't announced the return of the OG Burst, which is coming back with the release of Fortnite OG yet according to Hypex, you can already imagine the amount of impressions this is also going to get, with Hypex gathering 2.4 million on just this one post, being obviously a data miner and Fortnite news person. In other news, kind of correlating back to the previous leak that we mentioned briefly about Oni masks upcoming with different abilities that I mentioned, I believe, in my previous video, apparently developing off of this, we're getting some sort of demon arena where we get to fight enemies for loot, and on top of that, speaking of the word demon, Demon Slayer x Fortnite is coming soon, which I'm guessing is definitely going to be a big collab and event in Chapter 6 Season 1, maybe even being the limited time mini battle pass for Battle Royale, as we didn't see one for Battle Royale in Chapter 5 Season 4, and perhaps that was because they shifted their focus to the first OG pass, which will be rolling around in Chapter 1 Season 1. I love the fact we're going back to this version of the map, which is the promo image of Fortnite OG returning as a permanent mode, but without any of the text, which as you can see is pre-tilted towers. The reason for this is because so many of you won't have got to experience features such as the electric trap, which is returning with Fortnite OG according to Hypex and other data miners, which was only in the game in the very early days for a very limited time. Don't forget though, despite everything exciting upcoming for this OG mode, with the recent introduction of kicks in the shop as a new cosmetic category, there is a free emote available until December 1st that everybody can get before the start of Chapter 6 and of course this new OG mode. And speaking of the release of this OG mode, when it rolls around December 6th itself, this is also the day that the Marvel Rivals and Fortnite collab is arriving. Within this, we'll be able to earn a free glider called Rivaled Sailor, and this is obtained by playing 10 Marvel Rivals games through Epic's store between December 6th and January 6th, and this glider will be in the shop after, so maybe there will be skins as well. Drop a like if you're hyped for all of this rolling around in December, subscribe for more with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the breaking news or leaks pouring out every day, and don't forget I'm an Epic partner, so enter code FM1 now inside the shop or the next time you log on in time for Juice WRLD releasing. I'm telling you, nobody else is doing it like me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug, with a giant cutout of our code to simply show our love back to you guys rocking it in the FM1 squad. You're all legends. YouTube knows where you want to go to now, however, hence the following recommendations on screen, so make sure you click either whilst you're waiting for that next upload I do publish here on the channel.